Is Paradise good or bad? It's okay. It's all right. But I want to say bad, but I feel like that's unfair. Because it's not bad, but it's just not connecting with me. This is my season 2 review of Paradise on Hulu. Spoilers all throughout the podcast. I'm not gonna do a full recap. I'm going to be talking to you as if you've seen season 1 and season 2 in completion of Paradise. So if you haven't seen it or if you're concerned about spoilers, go ahead and click off the video, save it to your watch later, and come back when you have. So I'll give you a couple seconds to go ahead and do that. And all right, so you're here, you've seen it. We don't have to review all of what happened. Let's just talk about it. Do I like this show? Yes, I like this show. Am I entertained by this show? Yes, I'm entertained by this show. But I feel like I could love it. But I'm just not getting there. Um, and I want to really love it because I love Sterling K. Brown. I love Sterling K. Brown, love him as a person, love him as an actor, but for whatever reason, I do not love Xavier. I don't like the character of Xavier. Um and it's not that he's like indestructible, he has plot armor, because I'm a huge fan of John Wick, and John Wick is indestructible, has plot armor in all of those movies, but watching Xavier just always get it done, that part is exciting, but just him in between, I is there's just something I can't get into. And maybe again that's a me problem. But it's my channel, it's my show. I get to talk about what I want to talk about. So I don't love Xavier. I actually I love one character and I like one character, but it's not just Xavier. I don't like the majority of the characters on this show, but I'm entertained by what the premise was of this show from season 1, episode 1, and moving on. So I don't love Xavier. I don't hate Xavier, but I don't love him. I love President Cal Bradford's character, James Marsden as Cal Bradford was is phenomenal to me. I love that character. Just a complete dude, bro, idiot as president, but you can tell that he really is a good guy. But he absolutely shouldn't be president because he's just a puppet. He's just the mouthpiece. His dad was in control. Sinatra's in control. Everybody else is in control. But they just let Cal act like he's in charge. Um, but I love that dynamic about him, and I love James Marsden in that role. Really, really loved all the flashbacks in season 1. After they killed him in episode 1, but really loved all the flashbacks and the dynamic and the chemistry between Xavier and Cal. I really did like Xavier season 1. Season 2, with him playing off a lot of these different characters, Annie, the kids. I was loving Cal and Xavier interacting in season 1. But yeah, love Cal. And other character that I kind of like in a weird way is Jane. Just because it's kind of really outrageous that she's a cold-hearted killer, an assassin, a menace to society, but she can be bought with Nintendo products. it doesn't make sense. It's kind of really funny. And it is outrageous that she seemingly is alive somehow, getting up from Dr. Tarabi, stabbing her with what looked like a damn Targaryen steel, or excuse me, Valerian steel blade. Um, but she got up. She got up from it. We don't know where she went to, but I do like Jane. I was interested in Jane. Everybody else, not a huge fan. Uh, I don't like Robinson, Agent Robinson. I don't like Dr. Sarabi, especially in season 2. Who let her, like, I know she was close with Sinatra in season 1. And I know Sinatra was like kind of not fully out of the picture, but she wasn't acting like her normal self. And like somebody needed to step up and fill the void, especially when the vice president, now president, is dead. Somebody had to step up and fill the void, but why would that be Dr. Tarab? I understand she is very smart. She was brought there for a purpose to figure out who was going to be in the bunker. I know like that's great information to have, but that's running the bunker, I don't think is her skill set. Making the decisions to call for exodus, call for like making the decisions that are life or death in the bunker, I don't think that should have been her. Uh Basically the one pressing the button. I just don't feel like that was a good decision, a good way to go. But yeah, don't like Dr. Tarabi. I hate, I hate Jeremy Bradford. It's on one hand, it's Jeremy Bradford, and on the other hand, it's season 2 Last of Us Ellie. Who's worse? I couldn't tell you. Hate them both. Hate them both at 100% maximum ability to hate a character. Hate him. And I hate Presley too. I hate Presley too. All this whole season, I mean, obviously by the end of the season, her and Sinatra's daughter are in the elevator and they need to get saved, bringing together Sinatra, Xavier, and then Link and all those guys. They had to be there, but my God, you teenage girl, please, both him, her, Presley, and Jeremy, you dumb teenagers, sit down. This is way bigger than you. You are going to either get yourselves killed or other people killed. Jeremy actually almost getting Robinson killed, but some guys came to save the day and got her out of the bunker. But got the doctor killed or the scientist killed. And then Presley, on the other hand, just trapped in an elevator with Sinatra's daughter who doesn't know anything, making her get involved. She shouldn't get involved. Both of those two children, and I know I get what you're going for. The new generation trying to carry on, being rebellious, being revolutionary, that type of thing. I've seen one battle after another. I don't need Jeremy Bradford and Presley to carry on the Front 75 or whatever it was called, that revolution. I don't need it from those two. I really don't. And I may be wrong for that, but that's just how I feel. I don't necessarily hate the character of Samantha / Sinatra, but it was kind of weird to watch season 2 because as she wakes up, we're all waiting for the shoe to drop. We're all waiting for her to do something evil, something bad, something heinous, because that's all we saw season one. And I guess you could say in season two, we got the flashback of her, putting the hit out on the creator of well, not the creator of Alex, but the face of Alex, him with the wife that has Parkinson's and the guy Link was working with. She put the hit out on him. We're waiting for her in the present day to do something heinous, do something crazy, and it never shows up. Not only does something heinous show up, she is getting a redemption arc. Got a quick redemption arc. She thinks Link is her son. She thinks Dylan is her son. By the way, I don't think that is her son. I think it's just a coincidence that dude was named Dylan with a May 16th birthday. I think it was just a coincidence. I don't think that was her son. But she thinks it's her son. She makes up with her husband. She becomes a different person. She's happy to see Xavier. She wants him to save the world. And she goes out as a hero. I don't accept it. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting her redemption arc because she did too much bad shit to just be able to go out on her shield like a hero and everybody just be okay with it. The whole season, Dr. Tarabi is interacting with her, eavesdropping on her, like waiting for some shit to happen. Everybody's afraid of her. Everybody's scared of her, in Congress, I guess it is still. I don't know if they call it Congress or not in the bunker, but everybody in that room, in that meeting room, is afraid of her with good reason. All the way up until the last couple episodes when she changes her attitude because she thinks her son is alive and we're supposed to be cool with it. Nah, I'm not rolling. I cannot. So, and she's gone now. What are we supposed to do with that information? What are we supposed to do with this? Because is the show trying to get me to accept her redemption arc? I think it is, because it gave us, as the bunker's coming down, it gives us the little not flashback, but the little vision of her holding her son's hand, and it's all nice and pretty and supposed to be emotional. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I'm not feeling the Sinatra redemption arc. Just not. Let's see. Yeah. Getting to the plot of season 2, going from episode 1, season 1, I didn't know what the show was about. Didn't have any spoilers, didn't know what I was walking into. I would have loved the premise even without the bunker. Before the bunker reveal, I was loving, Secret Service, the president is killed. Who did it? We don't know who did it, how they did it, what happened. I'm interested in that story. And then all of a sudden the episode ends and you go above ground and they're in a bunker and you say, whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? I was in. I was absolutely in. I was hooked. And I loved everything within the bunker. I was a real big fan of season 1. Season 2, I knew I would not be a huge fan of because they were leaving the bunker. I didn't know when Xavier's taking off in the plane to go find his wife. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know if I'm going to like out in the elements, sci-fi stuff happening, end of the world stuff happening. But by that time, I was bought in. Again, love Sterling K. Brown, so I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna tune in. But I told you like I'm not connecting with these characters. I didn't really connect with Annie. It was, it was a nice try. It was a nice try, but I didn't really connect with Annie. Um, so when she dies, or when she gives birth and then she dies, I don't feel any real connection to that character. So it's just like another thing. It's just another thing on the list Xavier has to do, that he has to get done. He has to help with this baby, help get this baby to Colorado. Um, so there's that. Didn't connect with Annie. Um, I'm struggling with the Alex of it all. Feels like the Alex artificial intelligence is what puts everything into motion. So like it went back in time and sent messages to that guy to go to the hospital and fuck with Jane's mom. I like if we're doing timey wimey in-game time heist, lost, uh, flash, side flash, multiverse stuff, I'm gonna be out because Marvel in-game got all of my bandwidth when it comes to time travel. And Marvel is taking up all of my multiversal energy. I'll give them grace for it. Anywhere else, I'm not rolling. I can't do it. I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not even a huge sci-fi guy. But again, going into this show, I didn't realize that it was going to be a sci-fi show. I'm sticking around. I'm going to keep watching when season 3 comes around, but it's not really, it might not, it started as my cup of tea, episode 1, but it probably isn't going to finish as my cup of tea. Um, but yeah, I'm struggling with the Alex of it all. The mailman bunker situation with Terry was what it was. Like I'm glad they got Bean up out of there. I'm glad that couple was doing well, like everybody else was doing well outside of the bunker. The mailman himself, I forget what his name is, and I'm not gonna do him the courtesy of looking up what his name is. That character that character just was what it was. They had to put somebody involved to be involved with Terry, I guess. Um, that was kind of a miss for me. That was kind of a miss for me. Him being in love with Terry. I mean, like, I guess there's unrequited love all over America, but God, you really gotta know your limits, and that was never, my dude, that was never going to happen. I mean, unless, I mean, even if Xavier had died, had perished, and she got confirmation of that somehow, still probably not happening. Still probably not going down that way. Um, but it was what it was. Um, Xavier should have shot him. Xavier should have shot him as soon as him and Terry were interacting. He like walked up on her, like even with the little slightest bit of haste. He should. I'm screaming. I'm sitting on this couch right here watching. I'm screaming, shoot him like Smokey and Friday, shoot his ass. Like I'm yelling, causing a nuisance, screaming for him to get shot. Like I didn't like it. So that was what it was. And then another thing I had a problem with was the bunker. They have all this technology, but putting in two commands at the same time is what self-destructs it. I get obviously that the commands are in conflict. You release, like on one hand you're trying to release all the oxygen so all the doors open, and then on the other side you're trying to lock all the doors down. I understand, but those two things being pressed at the same time, it shouldn't cause mass destruction. I'm sorry. It shouldn't. And I know it's a show and that's how it's written, but I just feel like that shouldn't happen. I just feel like that shouldn't happen. But it's whatever. It's whatever. All in all, after saying all this, all these negative things, I'm entertained. I'm going to keep watching. Low key, hope that the world just ends in season 3, and that'll be that. But we're not going to get that. Xavier's going to save the day, or he's going to pass off the baton to Jeremy Bradford, and Jeremy Bradford will save the day, and I'm going to turn it off in disgust and throw the remote through my television. So that is my first television review, season 2, Paradise. That's my first review on the channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you were entertained by it. There will be more to come over the next few months. Gonna be watching a lot of TV. Gonna be watching Euphoria. I've been watching Daredevil, so probably will end up talking about those two shows. Maybe not Euphoria. That's gonna be terrible, but it might be fun to just talk about how terrible it is. So maybe we'll see. And we got some movies coming up. I have seen the drama. I will be talking about the drama most likely. I I kind of want to see it again before I talk about it. But there's been a lot of discussion. I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok. A lot of people talking about it on TikTok. So might bring some of that discussion here to YouTube on the second screen. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. And until the next one, I'll see you.